Okay, be ready.
Now, guys, hello everyone. Good evening, good day, wherever everyone is. My name is Marta Zaroba. So I am a qualified nurse for the last 10 years, and I also work as a health coach for the last 4 years. So today we're going to be talking about the concept of health and about detoxing, about holistic approach of your health. So we're going to move to the next slide. Okay, that's me. We can go further.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to come back to this one here. We're just going to go further to the next one. So basically what health means and how I see it is a house. So I think of myself as a house that needs to be looked after. So we are little cells, we are tissues, we are live organisms. So if you wouldn't look after your house, so this is how it would end up looking like on the left corner up there. Yeah. So we constantly need to do renovations and we constantly have to look after our inner parts of the house. We should look for the signs. If there's a broken window or there's a squeaky floor, we have to pay attention to that and we have to fix it. And then we get a lovely house to live in. Okay, so we can go back to the previous one. Yeah. So my house was quite broken since 2019. And I actually didn't know anything that I thought, like, I didn't know that I was really bad at that point. My journey actually to health started with a visit to a beauticianist. So I went to see a lady regards to my skin in 2019. I had a very bad rosacea. And I just thought, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get some procedure done. It's just going to go away. Like I was drinking my water. I was quite okay, which I thought at the time with my food. I was training. And sure, this girl, when I walked in, she's actually a woman, she's not a girl. Um, she opened my eyes to the health because the first question she asked me, she says, how is your digestion and how is the diet and how is everything else? And I thought, sure, I'm here to pay money and I'm here to, fix my skin. So what does it has to do with what I eat? So she canceled my treatment on the day, which I went for, I think was microneedling or something like that. So she gave me a cream and she gave me a vitamin A as an antioxidant just to protect my skin. And I had to use those two products for 6 months. And I had to change my diet completely. I had to give up alcohol and the changes that I got was amazing. And I thought, okay, like I'm a nurse, I know things, but there's more to this and I have to just dig deeper to see what it is. And then COVID came also. And it was the time that everyone was really struggling with thoughts about like, are they going to go back to work and what's going to happen with them? So I went to study health coaching at the time because like we were in the lockdown anyway, so there wasn't really much to do and not to get depressed. And I thought the knowledge would be the best thing at the time. And the things that I found out about health was just amazing. And I was pretty much sick from 2023. I was getting sinuses on and off, and I was on antibiotics constantly. And it came to the point that my stomach just stopped working. And then I met Sanita just by an accident because I was in a state that I didn't know what to do with myself anymore. And then I met Health Concept. And also I had very bad fungus at the time, which my nail technician picked up and I didn't even know about it. And during the program, that started to improve. I actually had a bunch of health issues. Like I had skin problems, which was related to perimenopause, very bad headaches. In a term like 2 years, I was sent for scans. Nobody knew what was wrong with me, and they couldn't find anything. I had overactive bladder. It was giving me pain. I was up at night, like I was really feeling like I was 70, not 40. Yeah, and I got introduced to the health concept. I followed all the steps with the guidance by Seneda. And I was working with the clients at the same time. And I just got fascinated by the products and how they worked and how they helped, because I haven't used any tablets in a year and a half now. And I think it's just amazing how I can help my clients with these treatments. And I think it's so good that I can even pass this knowledge on to personal trainers, holistic treatment providers. And I think it's very, very needed for us. Now, so we can go to the cells. Oh, yes. So our health is really affected by medicine, around 10%. So we very much rely to the medical background. So a lot of people think that medication is the cure, but it actually just works on the symptom, not really the cause. And as much as we should be looking at the medicine, it does treat, it does catch things in the early stages, but also it's just really to save our lives, and it's the emergencies. And people really much, I think, hide behind heredity. Like it's around 20%. Like you would hear a lot of people saying, oh, my mother had high blood pressure, or there's obesity in my family. And this is given to us to see really how we can avoid that. But some people just, they don't see beyond there. They just really, I think, hide behind that. So ecology, it is what it is, the quality of the products that we eat now and how they're being grown. And the lifestyle, of course, this is the biggest issue at the moment. And this is one of the things that creates the chronic diseases now at the moment. So lifestyle is the biggest thing that people should be looking at, and they should be educated. Now we can go further. Okay, so health starts from the cells. So we're all created from the cells. So the cell creates a tissue, the tissue creates an organ, the organ creates an organ system, and that's our organism. So it's very pretty much important how we treat ourselves. Now we can go further. Okay. And our body is made in a way that it can heal itself. But in this modern world now that we're living in now, it's just easier to reach out for a quick fix. Like even the gut, it can heal itself in around 6 to 8 weeks, but not a lot of doctors are talking about that. And as you can see, a lot of organ systems can really rebuild itself in a period of time. Okay, we can go further. So this is how a healthy cell looks like. It's really marvelous. It looks like something from the space. And we can look at a cancer cell, which is the next one. It was very hard to find a bad picture of a cancer cell, but these reminded me as little sticky lumps. They're not as pretty, so you can see that those cells are quite damaged. Now we can go further. No. So we can think of our cell as a fish that lives in the tank. So to protect that little fish from the harmful factors, we have to hydrate, because if the fish is not going to be hydrated, it's not going to be able to stay alive for long. And oxygen is very important to this fish as well. If we're not going to feed the fish with the right nutrients, it also going to be in a lack of nutrition, and obviously in some time it will die. No. Okay. No, I think we can go to the next one. So it's really about the quality of what we put in our bodies, and that's how we create a good and healthy cell. Now I'm going to pass the word on to Liga Reimer.
Hi, thank you, Marta. Really, really compatible and short. I'm going to carry on with hydration. My name is Liga Reimer. I'm also practicing naturopath, but my must meet or meeting started with holistic health concept from a very, very bottom of a deep despair, I would say, because for 3 years, my son had a really heavy mid-ear infection, which developed into many other health issues, kidney issues, allergies, lymphatic system problems, and eventually he lost his hearing. He started losing his hearing. He couldn't hear me, and then he lost his hearing, almost lost it. Just very fresh. We were pre-booked for operation as well, for surgery. And this was a time when I realized that that constant battle, like Marta, you showed, medication, just medication, it doesn't help us anything. And I need to look wider for solution. And that despair allowed me to look wider, and solution came. We started following health concept bit by bit. It took us quite a time. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen over 1 month, but my son can hear. My family is absolutely healthy. We have no all other family issues else. We haven't been to pharmacy in 5 years. We do not need pharmacy at home. And this is the greatest benefit when you know health. And today I will be talking about water. When I work nowadays, now I work with the customers and with the people, the biggest problem everyone has, it's a drinking water. Because, and also interesting, it's what people quite often, and we do not realize what kind of water. Little bit will touch hydration. We do understand when we are born as a newborn babies, we can have between 80–90% of water, and our aging actually is dehydration. We lose water every day. We dehydrate. Also, interesting fact that people normally, we are like, I would say we are like walking puddle. Puddle on the ground, we are walking puddle, because all our organ systems, all our organs, everything what's happened with our body, that first stage for that fish, that cell be healthy, it need to be #1 step, hydration, and you cannot switch it out. I had a couple of customers who said, I'm happy for detox program, just not water. I will drink my supplements and diet with coffee. People were drinking supplements with coffee, and it did not work, because water is a main step #1. Also, when we grow up, we just lose that water. So let's look at hydration. People don't realize that hydration is a major issue with all health issues, where it starts. When I met health concept, I was doing 7 coffees a day. For me, it's normal. I was exhausted when I was waking up. In the morning, I was already exhausted. To fall out and stumble out of bed, I needed a coffee. When I was stumbling on a train and going to work in Manchester, I still needed a coffee. And throughout the day, I needed these 7 cups of coffee just to survive. because I never had energy. And then later, all these health issues started escalating as well, with a huge overweight, liver problems, blood pressure problems, and so on. And signs of mild, I'm talking here about mild. I was not at that stage, I was far along. Mild of moderate dehydration is increased thirst, but we are not taught to listen it. Dry mouth and dry skin normal. What do we do nowadays when we got dry skin? Put cream on. Probably with lots of toxins in it as well. Put it on, you will help it. No, guys. Number one is hydration, because it all starts from inside out, not other way around. We try to solve our problems from outside in, where we should be looking from inside out. Dark yellow urine, if you noticed, working with very, very old age people, the urine is dark yellow and quite with a strong odor. That's a really strong sign of strong dehydration. Fatigue and weakness. Fatigue is very, very common when your body hasn't got enough water. Headaches. Oh, that was my constant companion. Headaches and migraines. They were my constant companion, you know, shush, too loud, too bright. Headaches were always there. Ibuprofen I had in each pocket, in office bags, at home, in a table cupboard. It was everywhere. And I had to increase the dosages because I never had end of it. My husband was seriously concerned. He said, where's end? How many ibuprofens you're going to eat throughout the day? So muscle cramps, dry eyes, blurred vision is just a couple of problems. If we go further, we normally, why holistic is good, we trace back to nature, because we are created and designed by creator, and we are part of nature. And that garden and nature normally teaches us and reflects. Have you ever, guys, seen any animal starting morning with a cup of coffee? You know, cat wakes up and meow, meow, give me a cup of coffee. Have you ever seen any animal in the nature comes up and goes to neighbors? I live in a mountain area. I never seen any rabbit hop into my yard looking for a cup of coffee or looking for juice. They need water, and they reflect, they teach us. All living beings, they need basics to survive: oxygen and water. That's number one. And human also. We are just crazier creatures who go really far and quickly away from what nature is, and it designs to heal us. When we're talking a little bit more about hydration, so you understand, average person with 70 kilos human body is about 50 liters of water. Like I said, it's walking puddle. It's a bucket, walking bottle on bucket on two legs. You have 28 liters in your cells. Just listen out. Your cells contain about 28 liters of water. As soon as you start cutting down of the water, what happens? Your cells are dehydrated. Everything is dehydrated. Intercellular fluid, where cells actually swim around, it's water, it's a fluid. It contains 14 liters of water. Blood is 5 liters of water. Lymphatic system, 2 liters of water. And you can see all these other organs. You know, people discussing lots of Alzheimer and Parkinson's and lots of disease when we're talking about our brain. Our brain contains 81% of water. If we do not drink water, and second is phospholipids, you are paving your way towards brain disease in old age. So that's our choice, actually. And I'm not going to talk about liver, heart, lungs, blood, 92%, and so on. Now, want to go briefly through, because this is a very, very important subject. Normally, when I meet with customers, meet with people, they're like, oh, yeah, step number 1, I'll drink water. Then we start talking about quantity of water, and many people talk about quantity. And average holistic coach, average naturopath, average worldwide specialists, they know average quantity of water. but most of them never talk about quality of water. We need both quantity and quality. It can't come out of just your tap. I open the tap, get the cup, I'll drink my water today. Because we live in an environment, that environment is aggressively toxic, and it's vital that water is relevant to our cell requirement. It's relevant to what we require. And I want to go through that water, what requirements we need, you know, when we meet with customers. And first questions, yeah, I drink water. Then a second question, how long do I need to drink that water? Like, come on, dear, how long do you want to live? And third one, when he start talking about quality, he was like, oh, I was drinking from a tap all the time. I didn't think it's a much difference, right? It's still a water. Yes, we do not have microscopes at home. We do not see all these qualities, but there are particular qualities which make our cells live and healthy. Number one is pure and biologically safe. When we live in towns, we had recently experience, when you go particularly live in a big cities, towns maybe it's better, I don't know. But I was with my measurer watering water in some of the towns, and water in a tap was plus sign 400. This is very dead water and massively treated water with loads of chemicals, pesticides, and it is not healthy for people. So filters can help filter that kind of water, so it's maximally biologically safe. However, there are other meters should be water having. When I live in a mountain area and we have our well, so when I measured in my water, it was only plus 16. Okay, I was like, okay, that is not a live water. I will briefly will tell what it is, but it's not massively heavily treated with chemicals. So next one, what we need, it's slightly alkaline, because lymphatic system, blood, and most of intercellular fluid in our body are alkaline. Alkaline, for example, Coca-Cola is 2 pH, massively acidic. I'm not talking about sugar and all other crap what's in there. We need 7.3, 7.5, 7.4 to survive. Imagine you barge in this acidic drink and a body is trying to work really, really hard to take minerals out of your bones. Where do you think bone problems come off? Out of minerals, out of all potential other cartilage and other places to raise that capacity 7.3, so you are alive. And water should be slightly alkaline. Therefore, we use particularly coral mine because it's natural. It comes from nature. It's naturally makes it slightly alkaline. It's safe. It absorbs dirt. It almost works like mini filter. It's wonderfully clean water. It's pure. And next one is negatively loaded. How to understand you better, what's negatively loaded? You know, remember when generations ago in the earth were loads of live springs, water springs, which were coming from deep earth, and they were full with minerals, with charged negatively. Even nowadays in Spain, very few places there are there. Because when I moved to Spain, it was interesting to listen some historical stories. Like, for example, Arab boss lived here, and he used to take all his wives and bathe in these mineral waters so they are healthy. So people knew it. My grandmother knew it. They knew these sources of live waters in a simple language. We say it's alive. Water is alive. I call it healing waters. It sounds better. Healing waters. When you submerge yourself, if you drink, it heals you. That body brings you health back. It's negatively charged. And this what coral mine can achieve. It's really hard to achieve. Next one is tension, structuralized, and I would like you to see what is surface tension. You know that a gray bubble, big one, it's surface tension means it's quite hard and it struggles to absorb. I will be talking to just stories from my customers. For example, one of the I had a customer, one businessman, and one works in a technical service station with the cars. And they were saying, it's a difference. I just buy water in a shop from a plastic bottle. I drink it in. After a while, like, what do you recommend? We start with some packs. We start with coral mine, and then they feedback back to me. It's really interesting. We drank normal bottled water, and as soon as we drink out, we pee it out, it goes out. I don't feel any benefit. They started drinking coral mine, and he's so surprised. He says, yes, at the start you pee more, which is normal, guys. Pee is needed. But he says, when I regularly drink that water, I don't need that much pee. That water seems absorb into my body. And they do it normally. Start water, put coral mine, drinks, doing his business, and in a car is that bottle. That's the first thing in the morning. So that is a difference in high surface tension and low surface tension. It means it can absorb into cell through the cellular membrane and say, hello, I'm here, let me in. And he's like, oh, I know you are my similar structure. Oh, come on in, let's dine together. You know, other one comes with high surface tension, hello, I'm here, let me in. It's like, I don't know you, I'm not letting in, I'm not opening my door. And this exactly what happens with a low and high surface tension. So if you understand that, this could be achieved only on natural bioavailable basis. Another one, this is very, very famous, and many Japanese scientists talked about it many times. Look at the structure of tap water, absolutely damaged. And look at the bioavailable, natural, structured water. He got cellular structure exactly, hexagon, mirroring the cellular structure, because our cells in DNA, they have the same six sides hexagon structure, and that's why they can match. They say, hello, our body is designed just to absorb that natural source and be healthy. That's what our body is. And the last, what I would like to show you, a short little video. One guy did an experiment, what kind of his blood looks in the morning, and what it looks like after drinking coral mine, to understand that first basic step, it is vital to know, and then you can move to another steps of a concept. Okay, I'll put it on. Whoopsie. I hope it works. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Today I'll show you what happens to blood when people don't pay attention. This explains why heart attacks often occur around 4 a.m. It's due to nighttime dehydration and blood thickening, which is a major health issue.
We lost the picture, I think, Liga.
Yes, I think
I
lost the
all
picture.
the red blood cells are clumped.
A question, can you hear the sound? Can you hear the video sound?
Yes, perfectly.
You can, okay, thank you. Okay.
Together. This is what happens when people wake up with already thick blood. They might drink coffee, which further thickens it, or orange juice, which has sugar that does the same. This leads to fatigue. Notice how the blood flows like syrup when it's thick. This causes low energy and weakness. Regular food can also thicken blood similarly. For example, boiling potatoes, chicken, tomatoes, garlic, nothing too harmful. But after such a meal, blood remains the same. I've done this experiment. So how to improve blood composition? The only right way is to drink pure live water upon waking. By adding coral minerals, we get these water results. I drink 37 degrees warm water with ORP at -97. This is how blood looks after drinking water. Each red blood cell separates. Their main function is to supply our cells with oxygen. This way we feel energized, not tired. Our whole body functions well. White blood cells can move freely, but when people don't do this, their blood cells clump, causing fatigue and other issues.
Okay, guys, I hope you could hear and see really, really well. And this is just to show that minus charge. Black tea and coffee is plus 175. I know English because my mother-in-law is English, and every morning she starts with a black English with milk tea. And we try to teach her, come on, it's so much beneficial to drink coral mine water. Fresh mountain spring water, it still could be plus 100. Fresh orange juice, I measured recently, it was negatively charged. Only first 15 minutes. So when you had water, you had your breakfast, you can have your orange juice. And other waters, H500, we got the best alkaline antioxidant, which improves that water beneficially. Look, guys, chlorinated tap water, cola, vinegar, plus 400, 500. We do damage, we realize it or not, by using this in everyday life. And this is number one. So thank you very much for listening. I hope it was interesting for you and understandable.
Oh, thank you, girls, for your energy. So amazing. Thanks. My name is Sanita, and I'm so excited to share with you my experience and my journey. The same like other girls, also I went through my health problems. Next slide, please. Since the age of 5, I struggled with anemia, and by 25, I developed skin issues. You can see on the left side in video. And at 30, my cholesterol levels were high. I was trying everything that doctors were telling me to do. I was taking iron supplements, but still the iron, I could get iron up and then it just went down again. Then I discovered this detoxification, the body cleansing, and after my first cleanse, my blood work was perfect for the first time in my life. And basically, it took me 3 full detox cycles to achieve truly healthy skin. So skin took me a little bit longer time, but this amazing experience changed my approach to my health. And now I know how can I help to myself, to my family, and also to other people around me. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Dr. Hans Reckeweg identified 6 phases of toxicity. The more polluted our bodies are, the more serious the conditions we develop. And when toxicity starts, symptoms are very mild, like fatigue, skin issues, headaches. But as it progresses, it leads to chronic illnesses like autoimmune diseases, organ failure, and even cancer. So let's go further. And what do we need to detoxify from? So every day we are exposed to environmental pollutions, processed foods with additives, heavy metals, medications, antibiotics, stress, cosmetics. There's loads of toxic elements around us. And like, for example, heavy metals, that is a huge problem within Europeans. Around 80% of Europeans have too high heavy metal level in our bodies. And for example, heavy metals we can find even in hair dye, in our cosmetics, in medications, in vaccines. Like, that's crazy in what world we are actually living in. And pesticides, herbicides, I think we know about that as well. The same with plastic. We are using food from plastic. We are drinking water from plastic. We drink this English breakfast tea with this tea bag, which actually contains plastic, microplastic as well. And these takeaway cups where we pour in hot water. And again, this microplastic gets in our bodies. radiation, and let's move on to next one. And of course, cortisol is also very toxic to us. Medication, like we know nowadays, we take lots of antidepressants, antibiotics, pills, right? Sleeping pills, blood pressure medications, thyroid medications, like all kind of medication. Medication is really, really toxic. And then, of course, household chemicals and cosmetics. And cosmetics is like a huge one. We need to think what we are putting on our skin, because our skin is like a sponge. Everything we put on it, it just sucks in. And the last one, of course, bacteria, fungi, helminths, and viruses. That's another one. We're going to speak about it in the next slide. So many people think that, okay, okay, this is, many people think that we actually are eating healthy, right? Like we eat broccoli or salad, and we think that's really healthy food. But actually, we know that vegetables are sprayed with pesticides, grown in depleted soil, and lose nutrients during transportation. So even when we think that we are making the right choices, we are still exposed to toxins. So let's move on. I would like to speak about types of parasites. Parasites are more common than people actually think. And there are 5 main types. First of all, those are helminths. Those are worms that we can actually see. And then there are smaller, like microscopic organisms like protozoa, viruses, bacteria, and fungi. And the funny part is that many of these can live undetected in our bodies for years. Let's move on. And the parasites can live anywhere, not just in the gut. Parasites can be found in the liver, lungs, brain, muscles, and even eyes. They feed on our nutrients and weaken immunity and release toxins into our bloodstream. So next one, please. So where do we get the parasites from? Sources included like contaminated water, food, pets and animals, public places, undercooked meal. I think we all love sushi and tartars and bloody steaks, right? But we need to think about parasites as well. And even unwashed vegetables can carry parasite eggs. There is interesting fact that some parasites can survive in the body for over than 30 years. I think that's something super crazy. So let's move on. Symptoms of parasites, like maybe you experience like fatigue, bloating, digestion issues, any kind of skin issues, brain fog, sugar cravings. These could be signs that parasites are draining your nutrients and leaving behind toxins. However, sometimes there are no signs at all, and that's also very common. Next one, please. Let's speak about gut health. A clean gut is a healthy body. When digestion is slow and irregular, toxins get reabsorbed into our bloodstream. Toxic gut can actually lead to autoimmune diseases, skin conditions, hormonal imbalances, and regular cleansing is the key to restoring the balance. And as you see in the picture on top, on the left side, That is a healthy gut where you can see all the capillaries. It's nice pinky. Villi is free of dirt. That's perfect. This person is nice and healthy. When you look on the left side on the bottom, this is Candida. You can see that's Candida. On the right side on the top, that's chronic constipation. As you see, it doesn't look good from inside. And on the bottom right, that's already chronic constipation and also breast cancer. So we see the dirtier the gut is, the more serious diagnosis person will get. That's normal because these toxins get reabsorbed right back to the bloodstream. So next one, please. Basically so this is how our gut should look. I think it's also amazing how it looked like. It's like cosmos. We can see all those beautiful villi. It's amazing. And let's move on. After we finish the body cleansing, it's very important to start cell nutrition. Our food is not as nutritious as it used to be. Soil contained far more minerals than today, plus cooking destroys essential nutrients, and to get nutrients we would have to eat like 4 to 9 kilograms of food daily, and that's why we must be mindful of our nutritions. Let's move on. So without these, our bodies can't function properly. And as you look, we need like 28 amino acids, 70 microelements, 7 group enzymes, fatty acids, 12 vitamins. We need bioavailable water. We need antioxidants. We need fiber. That's actually a lot of work we should put to get all these things into our body, to feed our cell, to make our house like nice, clean, and healthy and nutritious. So let's move on. So you might be thinking now, what should I do next? How can I detoxify? I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to do that. It's actually very simple. Like a girl said before, there is step 1, step 2, step 3, easy as that. The first step is 30 days long program. We remove toxins from our body. Then we move to step 2, it's anti-parasite cleansing program, another 30 days. And then there is step 3, gut cleansing. This program is only for 14 days. And at the end, there is a NutriPack where all vitamins, minerals, everything that you need is put in one pack, sorry. And the good thing is that the company has thought about us and put everything as we need together. So nothing is not working well together. So it's working perfectly. It's like helping each other to get the best results. If you're gonna follow these steps, you're gonna have results sooner or later. Sometimes it's sooner, sometimes it's later. So that's very easy, and you can do this on everyday basis. It doesn't change your lifestyle. You can still go to work. You can still study. You can still do your things. It doesn't change anything in your everyday life. So what's next? So when you cleanse your body, you experience increased energy levels, clearer skin, better digestion, stronger immunity, mental clarity. However, that detoxification is not just fixing existing problems. It's a form of prevention. Just like we brush our teeth daily to avoid cavities, regular cleansing helps prevent serious illnesses before they actually start. And now I would like to introduce you with our health results. We have some people joined us with results, and the first one I would like to ask Evita Tidmane. Are you here, Evita? Could you join us to tell about your amazing results?
Hi everyone, I'm here. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, I really like to share my health result, which I achieved almost like 7 years ago when I started to detoxify my body. I had severe skin issues, and it covered like 70% of my body. As you can see on the left, it's a picture from a hospital. Yes, I was actually struggling with the skin issues for like 7 years already, and time to time I went to the hospital because it became such a big inflammation on my skin. And actually, after the third time in the hospital, I started to think and I started to look for some other solutions, because I understood that these treatments which I received in the hospital and on a daily basis, it didn't help me, and it got worse and worse every day. And yes, I was like just starting to Google as all other people, and I was Googling for how to cleanse my liver, how to cleanse my gut, because somebody told me that all the issues on my skin actually it's coming from inside, from my gut, from my liver, and I need to clean them. So I started to look for solutions, and first what I read about was the live water. And this information was like so impacted me, I would say. When I was reading about the live water, I understood I need this water right away, because I was on this severe condition in the hospital. And I started only with the water for 2 weeks. And first, what I mentioned, that my energy came back, because I was all the time I was tired. I woke up tired. I was tired all the day, all time. And yes, I experienced the energy levels increase, and I was surprised. And it was only from the water drinking. So after that, I started the detox pack and antiparasitic cleansing as well. And in a 2 months time, I got this result on the right picture. So my skin was clear. And also my issues with my stomach disappeared, because I had the reflux problem with my stomach. And then I had also as many others, the headaches, and I had some chronic fatigue, and I had problems with the like being happy and enjoying my life. And I got my happiness back as well, and energy. So yes, and really after my result, I helped also to my mom, which had really bad skin issues on her face. She had rosacea, rosacea, and some big pimples all over the face in her 50s. So she also received a great result in 9 months time, and my sister as well. So I saw that the system of body cleansing step by step is really working. And since then my quality of life has like changed for 9. So I thank you me in.
Thank you, Evita. Amazing. Your result is amazing. Next one is Christopher Reimer, and that's going to be a video. So, Liga, would you like to say some words? It's your husband.
Yes, hi, it's my husband, a bit ungroomed here. As you can see, we live in the countryside. Little bit, sometimes we look like a caveman, but I do love nature. I love mountains around. And problem was, as a normal British bloke, he was very skeptical. Oh my God, we tried so many things. I don't think it's gonna work and things like that. We were shocked when we saw first child's result. Clever parents. We started with a child. We didn't start with ourselves. And interesting is when I saw the result of my child, and it was so standing out for me, I pulled in myself because I had liver problems and overweight and all this migraines and blood pressure problems. And then I realized that my husband actually, who inherited from 5 years of age asthma, he worked on a business with dad in dairy farms. Imagine how great and clean are these dairy farms. So parasites are all in and out. And this asthma was since he was 5 years old. And going through that particularly step by step, but his improvement started with obviously ParaShield program, with anti-parasite. We know it. And then he was back exercising and so on. So let's listen quickly, and that's it. Otherwise, I'm going to talk too much. See other results.
Hi, I'm Christopher, and when I was about 8 years old, I was diagnosed with asthma, and obviously it was quite bad, especially for school kids, you know, trying to run around, play, having to have inhalers all the time, couldn't do sports properly, couldn't exercise for long durations, and I lived with that for about 30 years, and then came to Coral Club, and after going through the stages and step-by-step concept of Coral Club, my asthma has completely gone. I can now exercise without problem. I can go for a bike ride for 2 hours without any real shortness of breath. Don't need to have inhalers with me all the time. So doing a step-by-step process has really changed my life now.
Oops.
my God.
Yes, no inhalers at home. We do not need any more inhalers. We have no medication at all for 5 years. Yay.
I actually almost started to cry. I was so overwhelmed listening to Christopher. Oh. Marta, would you like to talk about your client?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people that was supposed to be here are a little bit sick now, so they didn't want it to ruin the impression. So I'm going to speak for some of them. So Annie came to me, actually her parents came to me. She's an 18-year-old girl, and she finished school, and she was very, very much down, and she didn't know what to do with her life, and she was really struggling. Psychology wise, like she was really, really down, and the skin was really just a secondary thing that was worrying us. So we decided to work together just when she decided to come to me. So she rang me and we discussed the step-by-step program, which she was very much interested. And at 18 years of age, I think there was a lot of problems going on. She didn't have a good appetite. She wouldn't have like regular nutritious meals. She had a very bad mood. And she didn't see much point in the life, which I thought it was very saddening for a teenager who has to go forward in her life. And obviously her skin was one of the biggest issues, which she was very conscious about. And she said every morning she was waking up, all she could see in the mirror was just her skin, which is very upsetting. For somebody like me, it would be very hard to understand how that is because I have never had skin problems. So I think it must be very hard if you have to fight that all the time. So she was having a very bad period cramping, very heavy cycle. She didn't have any energy, and also she was having headaches nearly most of the time. So when we started to work together, she got very energetic. She started to make little videos about her progress. And as you can see, her skin improved. And the thing that she told me about her skin was, she said, I was very much in control of my inflammation. So she would be able to take care of her skin and to calm down the inflammation, and she was very happy about it. So now she's a very lively girl. She was on the 8th of the March when we were doing the lecture. She was presenting herself. She's very happy. She knows what she wants to do in her life. So I'm very, very happy of her results. Okay. There's another guy, which is my brother. I forgot to mention a big problem here, which was addiction of marijuana. So he started to do the cleansing because he was very much down and he couldn't work anymore because of the addiction. And also he was having problems with weight gain and brain fog and control of his emotions, and he was quite angry and he couldn't control it. He would be having problems with sleep constantly, bloated, heartburn. He also had H. pylori that I forgot to mention here as well. And it was one of the cases that was treated with antibiotics, and there was no follow-up with feeding the gut also to look after the gut. When we started to work together, he did massive improvements after the first month already. He started to go to the gym. For the guys, it's very important to look, attractive to women. So at the end, he gained 12 kilos. This is over 6 months' time, and he's very happy. And also another thing that men are really much ashamed to talk about is the sex life and libido. And I think for somebody who's just 27, it's a massive thing to be, ashamed about erection issues and libido problems. So that all is solved at the moment, so he's happy. I think he's on the date today, so that's why he couldn't join us. We can move forward. And we have Avril. Avril is a client who is still in the program, so she is going through the antiparasite program, I think around day 45 at the moment. So I would like to ask Avril to speak for herself if she wants to. I think she was having some trouble with the microphone, so hopefully.
It seems like her microphone is inactive.
Yeah, she was having problems. So I probably, not to hold on the time, I'm probably going to speak for herself. So the massive problem for us was water, as Liga spoke about that before. I'm a nurse and I constantly speak about water every single day, and people think, they would ask me, why? What water? We have to drink water. Oh, okay. And they don't even understand how much our organ system is running on it. And even for those poor tablets to be absorbed in our system, it's also very, very much important. So we started with a simple thing by just educating Avril by drinking water. So now she says she drinks water and she's doing very well with water. And she said she has never drank so much water in her life. So we have short little results. We don't have like overall results because she's still in the progress. Like you can see in the picture, she has an outbreak of herpes as well at the moment, so which is the part of the detoxification as well. So not always that will look pretty. So we will go through the phases when our body will break out in like, let's say, herpes or pimples, and we sweat and we don't look that pretty, but that's just the process and it's normal. Avril has reduced the amounts of cigarettes that she was smoking, and she's very much proud of it, because her teeth, she wants to improve the quality of the teeth, and for women as well, you know, we want to look pretty, and for some women we are so busy and we're so we're looking after everyone else, and we sometimes just forget about ourselves. And sometimes it's good that a mentor comes in and just reminds us that, you know, you are important and you need to look after yourself as well. And we have a better sleep. We have a snoring husband, but that's that's not really a problem. We can go to another room, but the sleep is definitely improved, and we have reduced sweet cravings as well. So I think that's beautiful in just 2-3 months' time. Now I think we can go further. Yeah, Jennifer is not here. I think she's working. I'm working with Jennifer actually for the last year now. So she came to me actually with inquiry of weight loss. She was working with my husband, who's a personal trainer. So we did a lot of work. There was a lot of psychological issues with food. So we started loving food. So obviously she lost weight, she improved her heartburn. We got a better digestion, better bowel movements, controlled appetite. And the problem that we had when we started work together, I didn't know Coral Club. And I was working with different kind of supplement companies, and my clients would end up having sensitivities towards some of the supplements. And this lady in particular, she was having problem with any kind of supplements. Whatever I was suggesting, she was having sort of reactions, inflammations, outbreaks, heartburns. So we started just with simple hydro packs, so just water, because I was afraid to give her anything else, and we got great results. And now she is preparing for knee surgery, so she is doing her own preparation. She has prepared now for after surgery, so she's very much excited, and she's living a very good and quality life now. And we lost weight a lot. Okay, little Tiana. I think Gabby's here and Gabby's microphone is working.
Yeah.
Gabby came to me with Tiana's issue with sleeping. And yeah, so Gabby can say about it herself.
So my name is Gabby, and yeah, my 2-year-old daughter Tiana. In last year in 2024, she was having major issues with sleep. And myself, I work and do courses as well. So myself, I'd get no sleep over Tiana. She could be waking up 2, 3, maybe 4 times a night. Some nights it was even every hour she was awake. And I never really knew why. She would have bags under her eyes, and she's only 2. And her mood was awful. The tantrums, I could not deal with them. I said, if this goes on for, until she's 18, I can't deal with it. Oh my God, I'd need a holiday straight away. So her moods were just really bad. And Martha is our health nurse and our doctor. And so I got on to Martha, and Martha showed me the 21-day course. It's the supplements. So first of all, we started with the parasites, 21 days, and then we went on to the recovery. So we did 4 months of that, and I don't think Tiana has ever been better. She's like a brand new child now. Sleeps every night, doesn't wake up. I think it was about 2 or 3 days into the parasites and then recovery, and it was 3 days in, I think, and her sleep was so much better. Every day now she's getting full sleep. She's going to play school every day now, happy as anything, comes back, has her nap. Then she'd, eat her dinner. She's a brilliant eater. So to get the supplements into her was no problem. She didn't even realize there was a difference. So I would definitely recommend for any children, for any parents that have kids who have trouble sleeping or trouble with appetites or bad mood swings, I definitely recommend the parasites and then the recovery as well.
Thank you, Gabby. That was so inspiring. And tell me, how is she now at the moment? Is she getting sick often or not really?
Not really now. She was sick there, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, but there was a lot of bugs and viruses going around the play school. You know, she's with so many different kids every day, so it's normal. But it's not the same as it was last year. You know, last year she could go into play school and she'd come back with something every week. And then now I think she's been sick only once this year, so thank God. Do you want to say hello? She was so quiet for so long, thank God.
She knows we're talking about her.
Yeah, that's it. Say hi. No, but her moods are better. They really are better. I'm not just saying it's just here an hour and a half nearly. She's been brilliant. She was so good doing puzzles and colouring and everything.
Oh, very good.
But yeah, I'm very happy with the result now, you know, especially me working full time. So I have to leave my house at 8 in the morning. So I'm up at 6:30 every morning. And, you know, me and her go to bed early and I get to get my full night's sleep. And I'm very happy. And I definitely do recommend, you know, to put the money and time into this. And it's definitely worth it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gabby. Thank you for coming out today.
No problem. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, darling.
Now. Yeah, 1 second. If it's okay, I'll hop off. It's just, you know, it's getting.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
I'll see you, darling. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Martha. Bye-bye.
Now we have Rachel here. Rachel actually is my hairdresser, and we were chatting often about health and about wellness, and she got very much carried away because as a hairdresser, she would be spending a lot of time on her legs, and she would often complain about swelling and about water retention and pains. And she also tells about her autistic son's results as well. Drew is just 7 and he started to drink water and he has had a very good progression already. So let's listen to Rachel.
There is no sound.
No sound. Oh.
Can you not hear the sound? Can you not hear the sound?
Can you hear the sound yourself?
I could. Just a minute. I'll try to share it. Because videos you could hear, right?
Yes.
Share sound. Just a minute. Just little tweak. Okay. Let's try now. Hopefully it works.
Our friendship has grown during those years. I follow Marta on Instagram, and through our chats in the salon, I was really interested in her knowledge about women's health, conception and well-being. I confided in Marta last year that I wanted to start a detox program with her. It was very straightforward. Marta sent me on a questionnaire to fill in, all about my health and well-being, and then she followed up with a video call. I was then assigned a 4-month detox plan using all Coral Club supplements. I got instant results straight away. They were unbelievable, especially inflammation and fluid retention. And since I've started with the supplements, I haven't taken an over-the-counter tablet in months. They really complement my lifestyle as well, as I try to eat well. And I've also gone back weight training since last year after taking a few years off after having my son who has additional needs. I've also started my son on the Coral Mine. He has developed new skills like sucking from a straw. He is not watching as much TV, playing with his toys, interacting more, and his appetite has really increased. He started eating his breakfast again, which is amazing. Marta has done a program for my son as well, and I look forward to starting that on his school holidays. I'd highly recommend Marta, and I am looking forward to continue to working with her with my family's health conception.
I think this left me a little bit more emotional because kids' results are always very touching. Yeah, and
I
also
think
Rachel's skin, it just improved. Amazing. Like in the second week I saw her, she was just glowing. She always glows, but this was just something. No.
okay. Here is Inara. Inara, would you like to tell us your result as well? There's someone who whispered to me that you want to tell your result.
Oh, wow.
Surprise, surprise. That's what I said. It's gonna be surprise to you.
Where I am. I'm not prepared to talk, but yeah, my story is I tried to lose weight for 6 months, but not much results. I tried to behave very well, not eating wrong things. Got for 1 month 2 kilos off, then stopped. Nothing happened. Then tried to think about fasting according to the moon phases. For 1 month, got 2 kilos off, stopped. Nothing happened again. Behaved very well. On holiday, everybody eats ice creams, not for me, not dropping any inch. So then in October, I was introduced with this nice, amazing health products, and I went through the whole health concept. And by the Christmas, I felt very, very good, and I could concentrate on my osteoporosis, a long-lasting illness for 12 years. And I found out this when last year, January, I had an open fracture of my both bones around the wrist. And healing was very hard, very long, 8 weeks in a cast. And after 3 months healing, it was very slow. When I finished this health concept first 3 what is this
Months?
3 months, then I was started NATUROPATH, and then this is where I started to concentrate on my osteoporosis. I did a double dose of Hyaluron and the pink red collagen for a month before my another operation, because I had a lipoma on my right forearm. And after this operation, because I was very cleansed, everything went very good with my operation, with the anesthetics, and healing was so fast after that. For 4 weeks, my 10.5 centimeters long scar was healed, and my nurse, I went to the doctors, on checkup, and they said, "Whoa, what is this happening?" So then I realized this one I can highly recommend to everybody. Go through the whole health concept. Whatever you have any problems, everything will be solved, and even healing and everything. My weight is 6 kilos I lost when I struggled. after starting health concept, I lost 16 kilos today. I weighed and I was very, very happy. And osteoporosis probably is improved because this showed on 7th of February, I did a full count blood test, which everything was, even vitamin D, even iron, because I was natural. Another story about my anemia, which my 2009 I was diagnosed with a natural anemic and with iron tablets for rest of my life, day off. Everything showed very, very good. So sleep is I sleep in the right time, right hours. And now I'm getting up 5 o'clock and I go to bed 10 o'clock, which is very unusual. Before I couldn't go to bed till 2 a.m. and was very tired in the morning. Yeah, the life is much, much improved, and I'm ready to introduce others in this nice journey. Is that okay to me too?
Thank you.
So long, sorry, so long, but so many problems.
Wonderful, perfect. Thank you very much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else who would like to share its own story? We already are over the timing. We thought it's going to be short, the webinar. It ended up like 1 hour and a half almost.
It's not 1 hour and a half, yes, but thank you for your wonderful, inspiring stories. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining.
I do at the end, quick recap. Hydration, cleansing. Cleansing includes different parts and nutrition, cellular nutrition. We don't put good new furniture in an old broken house, right? It would be odd. In normal life, we find it odd, but that's what happens quite often with nutrition. We put everything in order and then it harmonizes the body, and that's how we come to harmony. So thank you very much for your attention. I probably will switch up records now, right?